All right, what's up, everyone? I'm gonna go over really quick how to diagnose if you have a bad fan clutch on your BMW. This is a 2000 528i, and it applies to most BMWs, the ones that do have the fan clutch. So right here, this is the fan clutch. There's different kinds of fan clutches. I'm just gonna talk about this one, which is the one BMW comes with, which has fluid inside. So the way it works is um, the fan clutch and the blade, um, fan blade, move a little bit separately, as you can see right here. The car is off and I can move it. Now the way it works is this metal plate right here. When the car gets to operating temperature, warm, it's nice and warmed up, pretty much halfway. It locks in place, and it makes the fan clutch, um, the fluid do what it's supposed to, and it locks, and then it gets tight, and then the fan works. The way it does that so that when you're at regular idle and the car is not hot, you don't need all the extra, the fan to spin. Then after it warms up, it locks in place, and then it spins nice and fast. So a way to see if it's bad is one, the obvious one, the car overheats. If your antifreeze, your coolant is full and the car overheats, it's most likely either your temperature, thermostat, or the fan clutch, which is usually the fan clutch. Always check the blade for any spots that may be broken, because usually that happens too. The blade, one blade will be missing, and then that can make the car overheat. Second, it's supposed to have some play, but not too much. See how freely I can keep moving it? That means that it's bad. It should be, even when it's cold, it should be a little bit harder than this. And then when it gets nice and warm and it locks up the fan clutch, then it should be a lot, pretty much almost hard to move without turning the car on. Another way to know if you have a bad one is if, while the car is cold, this fan's already hard, which means that the fan clutch is working all the time. So that makes more stress on the engine. Another way too is to see right here. I don't know if it's hard to tell, but you can kind of see it right there. See, the fan clutch right here has a little play. So if the fan clutch is hard here like it's supposed to, but has a little play, then you know it's a bad fan clutch. And you got to get that replaced as soon as you can, because what happens is when it's spinning at high speeds, it's going to wobble a lot more, and then you're going to feel the car kind of shaking, your motor shaking a little bit. And then if the fan blade breaks, it can hit your radiator and break your radiator and have a leak. It's happened to me before when I had my 3 Series. And I've heard people say, haven't had it happen to me, but people have said that it's even hitting the inside of the hood and had the hood dented out. Um, that's pretty much it. This is pretty much the basic ones. And another way to test it too is, once the car is at operating temperature and the car is running, you are going to take a newspaper, a couple newspapers, put them together, just so it's not hard, but just enough to. Because what you're going to do with that is, once it's spinning, you're going to put the newspaper here to try to stop the fan. If it shrivels up the newspaper and keeps spinning, then your fan clutch is good. That's after it's at operating temperature. If you put the newspaper in there and it stops the fan from spinning and the fan clutch is still spinning, then you got a bad fan clutch. Um, and then one more way you can check also is, once it's at operating temperature, you got to remember these steps, whether it has to be operating temperature when the car is warm or not, because that's just how you'll be able to test this, the certain way that I'm explaining. So once the car is at operating temperature, well, actually, no, this one doesn't really matter. Even if the car is cold, what you do is you turn on your car and then you turn it off. The fan is gonna keep spinning by itself. So it'll probably spin, for a second, 2 second tops, maybe even three. But if you see that after you turn off the car, the fan keeps spinning for 3 seconds or more, then it's pretty much a bad fan clutch. So that's pretty much it. So if you have any questions, feel free to put a comment below. Ask any questions. I'll answer what I can. And most of this I'm speaking because I've been driving BMWs for a long time. I've had 3 Series, and it's all pretty much the same. And I've had the same experience. And then this fan, when I bought this car 4 years ago, the fan looked fairly new, the fan clutch. So I'm pretty sure he had changed it. So it's at least 4 years old. And that's pretty good for lasting 4 years. So I bought a new one right here. FCP Euro. I love them. They're great. They have good stuff, good parts, and lifetime warranty. So that's good. So if you check, this is a Bear brand. I think I paid like $60 for it. but you go other places and the same brand costs more. But yep, so that's pretty much it. Hit a thumbs up, subscribe if you like, and ask any questions. Thanks.